the Trailblazers off the tip. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Portland. Lillard and Matthews pair up in the backcourt. Aldridge and Lopez are down low. And it's Batum, and it's the 3 slot.
That's exactly what you want coming off a steal. Get into transition, find an easy basket.
Yes, sir. The ideal fast break opportunity there. Monte Ellis is only 6'3", but makes his living in the lane one of the truly outstanding finishers in the NBA. He's an explosive small guard who is relentless in attacking the rim off the dribble.
And here are the Mavericks now. It's deflected and stolen by Aldridge. Lillard attacking. Here's Matthews. Second chance effort, and it's Lopez laying it in. Lopez has got his first 2 points.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
And it's Matthews with the jam. A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
Now here's Parsons. Nelson outside. Parsons outside. Just 4 to shoot. That's the 3 fly. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Shot's good.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Steve, without a doubt, the biggest surprise, especially early on last season, was the dominant play of the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, a team that had been projected to fight for a playoff spot is instead one of the 3 or 4 best teams in the West all season long.
Now, here is Nelson. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Terry Stotts gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Coach told me that he knows they have a tough assignment in Dirk Nowitzki. We talked about what makes Dirk so difficult to defend against, and he pointed to Dirk's ability to hit jumpers when he is seemingly completely off balance, saying it'll look like he's falling over, then he just turns and flips the ball in. I know I've seen Dirk do that on more than one occasion, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. A different look for Dallas. White is checked in for Chandler. Crowder comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Devin Harris is subbed in for Nelson. And the shot is good.
And, you know, one of the things I think that was key for the Blazers was they addressed their 2 biggest issues, depth and interior defense. Robin Lopez gave them that paint protection and rebound. And they completely overhauled their bench. 6 of their 14 roster spots changed hands.
Now here's Parsons. Following the miss by Wesley Matthews. Ellis kicks to Parsons. Launches a 3. And good on the basket.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Trailblazers have gone 50% from the field to this point. 4 of 8.
On the bench for Portland, bringing in both veterans and younger talent. Thomas Robinson, C.J. McCollum. Grow with this team. You got to give this Blazers front office a lot of credit.
Dallas has gone 2 of 5 from 3-point land here in the first quarter. Here's Ellis. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Trailblazers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Lillard outside. He kicks it to Aldridge. Drops one in from the wing. The Mavericks trailing. Right outside. Kicks it to Harris. Takes a 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Portland out in front. They're up by 4. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong and they put together some nice momentum.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good
second quarter. Thomas Robinson is out there with direct. And it's Steve Blake. Then there's Chris Kaman. And it's Lillard in at the point.
Great job taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul him.
Portland shooting their first free throws of the game.
And this was an excellent free throw shooting team a year ago, guys. Got 81% as a team.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Nelson's checked in for Dallas. The Mavs have fallen back, Steve, in the West the last 2 years, but they were very much in the hunt this past season.
Well, they were in a battle for the final playoff spot in the West, and then they ended up in the 8th spot and took San Antonio all the way to 7 games. So they did extremely well given the strength of the conference.
And the basket by Blake. Mavericks trailed by 5. Here's Aminu. Good on the three-point shot. Aminu's got 6 in the quarter.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. Run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Here's Nowitzki. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Mavs ownership has made it clear their plans and hopes are that Dirk Nowitzki will remain a Maverick for the remainder of his Hall of Fame career. You look at what he meant to this team. The 4th most points scored with a single franchise in NBA history. A couple more seasons, and he can move up to 3rd in that category.
And so Nowitzki knows both of them. And Steve, you talk about Nowitzki's career with the Mavs, a perennial playoff contender. 2 trips to the finals, and of course the 2011 title.
Well, he's been the cornerstone. I mean, not just a great player, but a great teammate as well. Just the way he approaches his work on a daily basis. The influence that he's had on that franchise is just remarkable. The investment that they've made in him and vice versa has pretty much made the Mavericks over the last decade plus.
4 on the shot clock. For 3, Nelson. Thomas Robinson with the rebound.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says. Still anybody's game, though.
And the basket by Blake.
That assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
Chandler inside the line. No good off the front iron. Trailblazers leading by 4. Plenty of space. And finished off by Robinson.
Look at that effort and energy as he creates the second chance and then converts.
He doesn't just convert, Clark. He converts with maximum force.
He could give lessons on the art of offensive rebounding.
Aminu tries again. Back to Nelson. Here's Aminu. He tries for 3. Good. Aminu's got 9.
He's finally starting to get it going here offensively.
Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Clark, you know this, but leaving times they didn't finish where they wanted to, but the Mavs did sneak into the postseason last year with a very strong push.
And they took the Spurs to 7 games in that first round. A tough schedule for them at the end of the season, but they fought through it and got back to the playoff. Very impressive.
So timeout called here. The first for Portland.
And for the Mavs, when they did get to the postseason, they gave San Antonio everything they could handle, taking them the distance to 7 games.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Lopez, he's checked in for Kaman. Aldridge comes in for Thomas Robinson. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Darrell Wright. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Steve Blake.
Well, you knew if the Mavs got to the playoff, they'd be tough, even as an 8 seed. There's just so much playoff experience on that team. Took a very good Spurs team playing at a high level to get by the Mavericks in that first game.
Batum attacking, and a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. Now it's a 7-point Portland lead. The Mavericks have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. That's 3 of 9. Lopez with the steal. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And stolen by Harris.
And they can guarantee this is the last possession of the quarter if they hang on to it.
And that's probably what they're going to do here.
Back to Parsons. Pass to Crowder. In the corner, Parsons with it. Harris outside. For the three. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. The clock runs out, and we're hit.
Well, Jameer,
Now the third quarter to get going.
Solid quarter for Aminu. He's been just as deadly from beyond the arc as he's been inside of it.
Yeah, really showcasing that range today.
Conte is the two with Parsons playing the small forward. Brandon Wright is out there with Jake Crowder. And it's Harrison at the point. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half.
Well, it's been all about pace and space with them. Tempo, the fast break points, just a huge advantage.
Yeah, they've been looking to push it all the time and to get that early offense, and they're doing it well.
Portland shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. After a 2-year absence from the playoffs, the Portland Trail Blazers able to get back into it last year to face Houston in the 4-5 seeded matchup.
And they jockeyed as hard as they could to get that home court advantage, but just couldn't quite grab hold of it. Still, they were able to get by a very tough Houston team in round one.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
gentlemen, clearly Dirk Nowitzki plans to be a Maverick for the rest of his career. He signed a 3-year, $25 million deal this offseason. He was offered max contract money from other franchises, but took much less to stay with Dallas and make another run at it. Rare to see a franchise and a player so committed to each other in this day and age, guys.
Yeah, championship mentality, Doris. Good point. Thanks. Here's Lillard. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Yeah, they've done a great job causing havoc and then taking advantage in transition offensively. Get by Houston with an incredible shot at that, but you know things were different when they ran into the machine known as the San Antonio Spurs in the second half.
Harris kicks to Parsons. In low to Ellis. Lopez with the steal. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And again, it's Damian Lillard. Lillard's got 14 points for the game.
And as you said about Portland, they just couldn't deal with the Spurs over the course of the series and ended up out after the second round. Still, a really nice showing from a young team with a lot of upside. With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint.
Mavericks trailed by 15. And Parsons kicks to Ellis. Back to Parsons. In low to Ellis. And stolen by Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
Good aggressive finish on the break.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Well, the season before this last one, the Trailblazers really struggled to get help from their bench. They didn't get a lot from the reserves. While the team improved significantly last year, the bench still wasn't quite up to par.
Checked in for Wright. Nowitzki comes in for Crowder. Richard Jefferson is checked in for Parsons. And Nelson is subbed in for Devin Harris. Mavericks trailed by 17. Well, Steve, with the Trailblazers bench, while they weren't the strength by any means, they were able to play strong enough defense where they could at least hold the score. They inherited more in the 9.
And that's all you really want from your reserves, Kevin. I mean, they weren't going to blow anybody out, but if they can be solid defensively, which they were most of the season, they could hold on to that lead and maintain it until the starters got back in the ballgame.
Lillard has been playing really well. He's got 19 points and 3 dimes. Really dominating this game, just taking it over.
Just making it look effortless as well.
And Matthews gets it to go.
A big part of this run here has been their ability to hit from mid-range, guys. I mean, that's unique.
Yeah, some players and teams even shy away from that mid-range jumper, but this team seems to have it dialed in from that range. That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw good, Nicholas Batum.
Well, the Mavs took some heat when they opted not to try to defend their 2011 championship with the same players, opting for cap room instead. And they've swung and missed on some big names, but they've put together a really deep club with some very smart signings.
Chris Kaman's checked in for Robin Lopez. And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum.
And, when it comes to Dirk Nowitzki, he has said, he's on the record as saying he wants to retire a Maverick. Ownership, anyway, has reciprocated that desire, but the greatest player in franchise history deserves to finish out strong in legitimate contention, and they've committed the resources to try to make that be a reality.
Blazers on offense. They're on a 17-3 run, and Matthews throws it down.
Boy, they've been so sound offensively in the second half. I love the way they're playing.
Yeah, there's really no comparison in the shooting percentages between the teams since the break.
Goes up the baseline, and Nowitzki gets it to go down on the assist by Jefferson. And for Nowitzki, he's made financial sacrifices to enable the Mavericks, the cap space, need to go out and construct this roster.
Yeah, only $26 million on the books before he was re-signed, so that left plenty of shopping money, and they spent it well.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Dallas. Robinson's checked in for Portland. Blake comes in for Damian Lillard.
This is the NBA. I mean, you keep giving away the ball like this, the other teams will punish you.
And that can be debilitating for a team. I mean, absolutely crippling. Valuing each possession is vital to playing winning basketball. You've got to squeeze the orange.
They get a hand on it. Stolen by Robinson. Here's Matthews. The shot no good. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Trailblazers out in front, running away with it. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And now we present our State Farm assist of the game. With 5 total assists in the game, we've seen some great passing tonight from Batum.
And his passing ability is why they make sure the offense runs through him on a regular basis. Great assist like the one we just saw.
And so here's Portland. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. On the floor for Portland. Filling out the wings, it's Matthews and Batum. Thomas Robinson is out there with Robin Lopez. And it's Blake in at the point guard position.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys. You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right. I agree with you, but the rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Here's Harris. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there.
On the wing, Batum. This is it for Robinson. And he banks in the layup.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. It's stolen by Harris. He feeds it to Felton. Dallas moving the ball around. And here's Chandler from the arc. Again, the miss by Chandler.
Ouch. Another miss to add to what's been a miserable game for him from the field.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Nobody near Parsons. Dallas again missing. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. It's Matthews on the wing with the fadeaway. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Really high quality shot there, just a little off with his release.
That miss right there will definitely leave him shaking his head.
Blake with it. Devin Harris covering. And that one's good. Lopez has got 4 points now in the quarter. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Portland.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort to the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes and cashing in.
Blake misses for Dallas. They've gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Parsons for 3. Dallas. No good that time either. Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth.
And we head to the final buzzer in a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. This will go in the books as a really gaudy win for the Trailblazers.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Lillard. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
Robinson a screen on Harris. And Matthews kicks to Batum. The pass to Lopez. Outside Matthews. Those 3-pointers off the mark. It's been several possessions since they've converted.
Well, they've got to find a way to change that.
Here's Harris. Harris missing again.
Very poor shot selection there, guys.
And Batum throws it down.
Well, guys, tonight they came in here and really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right. That's not usually the way things work in the NBA. It's a great win, and no question, it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here.
Lopez with the steal. Here's Blake. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Well, Marcus.
And it's going to be the Trailblazers off the tip. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Filling out the wings, it's Matthews and Batum. Aldridge and Lopez are down low. And it's Lillard in at the 1 spot.
And they get on the board first.
Looking to set the tone early.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. And stolen by Lillard. Dishes to Aldridge. Second shot opportunity. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
And both free throws good for Lopez.
It's interesting that the Mavs almost exclusively built through free agency. They make draft picks, but they always seem to have a hand in free agency comes around.
Oh, trying for it. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession.
Super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score. So that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
And here are the the Trailblazers. 4-point game. And Lillard kicks to Lopez. Plenty of space. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
For three, Ellis. And the basket good.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Nelson against Lillard. Now the pass to Matthews. From past the arc. Shot misses. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
Chandler Parsons, until recently, had been one of the league's great bargains on his second-round contract. He found a way to supplement his earnings there. He did some modeling for a designer clothing company. Caught some locker room grief for it, but hey, it's good work if you can get it, and I'm sure those checks kept him from being too offended by the locker room bandits.
And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Another 3 for Dallas.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
Yeah, they can't keep the status quo at this point. They've got to make some changes.
Matthews passes to Lillard. Lopez, a screen on Chandler. He got right to the cup using that screen. And you guys were talking about Parsons' appearance. He cut his hair off last season as a show of solidarity with a 10-year-old he'd met who was battling cancer. What a generous gesture, a great gesture, Steve, on his part.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, the two had formed a bond and both drew inspiration from each other. You love to see it, and Parsons showing not only that he's an effective player on the court, but definitely an inspiration in his community as well.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Portland climbed the ladder out the West last year because they were very tough against the rest of the conference, especially close games.
Making some changes. Kaman comes in for Robin Lopez. Robinson is subbed in for LaMarcus Aldridge.
31 wins for the Blazers against the rest of the West last year. Extremely impressive. And as you said, they were able to get a lot of close games to go in their favor.
Now here is Harris. Dallas, no good that time either. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. That's a 2 from Lillard, and Portland again with the bucket. And if you look at this roster and what they did last year, it's not a surprise, Steve. They get it out wins in close games. Yeah,
they have so many players that can step up and hit the big shot. When you have a chance of hitting a game winner, you have to think Portland will pull it off.
Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they're playing with so much energy offensively. The ball is really moving.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Out of dishes to Aminu. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Robinson. And Lillard kicks to Matthews. And there's the call on Felton. That's his first foul. Lillard outside. And he gets it to go. Lillard's got 12 in the game.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
Here's Harris. And that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 8. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Portland.
And they're knocking down that mid-range jumper so far.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Mavericks trailed by 8.
One thing you know when it comes to the Mavericks is they're not going to sit back and stand back. They want to reload, not rebuild it.
Harris is out there with Felton. And it's Brandon Wright. And there's Al-Farouq Aminu. And it's Crowder in it, the power forward position. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian Lillard is the latest in a line of great Oakland point guards that includes Gary Payton and Jason Kidd. Payton says he plays like the rest of us did, with that little swagger and that complete calm.